Good morning, welcome back to Morning at 10 TV, and this is the solution segment. We'll be giving you all the information you need to know about going to work abroad, outside Uganda. Just before we went on a break, we had Chamagero who was engaging some of the ladies who have had bad experiences about working abroad. But today we'll be having all that information. So stay tuned so you don't get to fall prey. We'll be having in studio I have Mr. Martin Wandera, who is the Director for Labor from the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Ms. Odera. Good morning to you, viewers.
Thank you so much. Mr. Martin, we've been having those issues, and just before we went on a break, we had Sharon, who has had a bad experience when it comes to working abroad. So she got this agent. They promised her a job. On getting there, the job changed. And now she was told you have to be a household worker. Tell us more about this. Why do we have big numbers of people who go abroad falling prey of torture, mistreatment, and all these other vices? Is it that we don't have the information? Is it that they fall prey of the fake employment agencies? What exactly is it?
You see, the world is full of conmen in every business, and contract substitution is very common in external employment, not only in the Middle East. It happens everywhere. But let me start by saying that all is not gloom. There are successful stories, and there are also unfortunate stories like the one that you have spoken about. Now, the issue is you cannot stop migration. People have to move. Just before the show started, we were saying that we are products of migration. And therefore, the responsibility of government is to make sure that migration is safe and productive and rewarding, especially where it is for the purpose of employment. And to do this, it has to be addressed at two levels. First, from the individual. You see, the challenges arise with the individual from two levels. First of all, people's expectations. What is your goal? Why are you going to work? From our experience, we have seen that usually there is a mismatch between the goals, the expectations, and the reality on the ground.
Okay.
Because working abroad in a different cultural situation is not easy, just by itself.
Correct.
And therefore, to go abroad to work, you must be prepared. You must have a motivation. If your motivation is to earn 1 million shillings, for example, you've been running a Rolex business, and all you need is a capital of 500,000, and you want to go to Dubai, within 3 months, you will have achieved your dream. Yet the contract you have signed is 1 year. Now, we've found a problem there. We've also found people who tell you, Mzee, for me, nayagala kugendako just nkwateko ku bati.
Yes.
Then I asked Bati, I just wanted to touch that aluminium plate, fly. Now, when that was done, all was okay. Then the other point is that there isn't sufficient awareness. But even where we send out information, people like shortcuts.
Yes.
The formal process tends to be slower
and longer
than the informal process. So people, even where they know, opt for the informal process. But the formal process does not also take a very long time.
And what is this formal process?
Now, the formal process is, one, under the employment of Uganda Migrant Workers Abroad Regulations of 2005, government licenses companies.
Correct.
To date, we have 101 licensed companies, and they are carefully vetted. One of the requirements, for example, is financial soundness, a guarantee of 50 million shillings. This money is not given to me. What we receive at the ministry is a piece of paper.
Okay.
indicating that if company X takes Odera to Dubai and Odera faces contract substitution, she's not paid, then we can charge that guarantee. So you can see the level of safety if you go through a company.
Yes.
Now, if you want, therefore, people who want to go abroad, after determining what their goal is, should seek out for a licensed recruitment company.
How do they go about knowing that this agent is licensed by the Ministry
Now,
of Gender and Labor?
For avoidance of doubt, and I want to tell all the young people, do not take any chances. For any company that you approach, please cross-check with us to ensure that the company is registered, because there are also fake individuals, conmen, who are operating under the names, quote-unquote, of licensed companies.
Yes.
So, I want to tell the young people out there, be on the lookout, do enough due diligence before you commit, before you leave at least. Cross-check with the ministry and say, company X has offered me this job, are they licensed? And we have mechanisms of verifying whether you're dealing with the right company
or not.
Number two, read your contract.
That's another thing. What are the most important clauses that should not miss out on a contract to place someone out of the country for a job opportunity?
First of all, you want to render a certain service. So, if you have been promised that you're going to be a sales officer,
yes,
ensure that your contract reads sales officer.
Correct.
But many a time, people do not read these contracts. Don't let anyone tell you, sign here, no. Insist on reading your contract. Because we face some of these cases where people return and we ask them, did you read your contract? No, I never read the contract. I just simply signed. Two, make sure the contract is in a language you understand, because some of these contracts are in Arabic.
Yes.
So do not sign a contract that is in Arabic. So, again, I repeat, you must know what you are going to do and making sure what you are going to do is within the contract. Then there are basic things that should also be in the contract. Your salary, your terms and conditions, which includes regulated hours of work, weekly rest, medical insurance. Medical insurance is very key. It should be there in the contract. And also request for a copy of that contract. Two, request for the number of the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. Further, also request for the number of our mission in Abu Dhabi, in the case of UAE, and also the number of our mission in Riyadh, in the case of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Jordan, Bahrain. But also, I want to say that because of the risks that we have seen around domestic work, the government only clears people to go abroad to do domestic work in two countries, Jordan and Saudi Arabia. The reason, we have signed a bilateral labor agreements with those two countries. And what is the significance of bilateral labor agreement? As you know, the government of Uganda does not have extraterritorial jurisdiction.
Yes.
We cannot enforce a contract in Dubai, in Jeddah.
Yes.
We have to seek the support of the government in the recipient country. So, where we do not have those agreements, and given the risks that have happened around domestic work, we only clear people to travel to Jordan,
And Saudi Arabia.
And Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
But we see many people being deceived, taken to Dubai, taken to Oman. But also, let me say...
And is this a deception done by registered agencies?
Of course, you know, there are bad apples everywhere. It might not be company policy, but within there is some of these recruitment agencies.
Yes.
People also take advantage because they know the system and secure visitors' visas. Again, let me state this. If you want to know that you're on the correct path, apart from going through a licensed recruitment company, cross-check your visa.
Cross-check your visa.
Cross-check your visa. Is your visa a work visa?
Correct. And
or is it a tourist visa?
How do they go about cross-checking that visa? Do they still come to the Ministry of Gender?
No, because before you travel, you need a passport.
Yes.
And then, to go through immigration, you need a visa.
Correct.
So read. If it is visitor's visa, tourist visa, business visa, then know you are being trafficked.
Now, most of the people who fall in the hands of these fake agencies are illiterate. People from the rural areas, someone who has not gone through education. And so most of these fake agents actually take advantage of that. So in case there's someone watching us today, they don't know how to go through the employment contract, they don't know how to cross-check the visa, as you say, where should they come for help? They still come at the ministry?
They should come to the ministry. Please, for your own good, if you're given a passport and a visa, come to the ministry.
So the most important documents is the employment contract,
yes,
cross-checking the visa.
Yes.
Is there any other document?
No, those are the key.
Those are the two key documents.
But you see, the majority of the people who go are literate. Ugandans are fairly literate. I've not dealt with any case of someone who has been under distress, who can't read and write. Even those I've met abroad and those that we have dealt with at the ministry, all of them can read and write.
Okay.
So they can read. So look out for work. Is it a work visa or is it a tourist visa? The other thing, if you're being told that you're going to go through Malaba, through Luakaka, through Busia, know that you are being trafficked. If you're going to Dubai, Entebbe Airport is just 30-something kilometers from Kampala. Why again travel to Malaba? That should raise your antennas.
Yeah.
Should signal danger.
And sir, when it comes to the issue of, okay, fine, you'll find that I've signed everything, I have all the documents, I've cross-checked and all these things, but still we have Ugandans who go through the clean process, but when they go there, when they arrive at this country, they've been taken to work, then things change. They're given a totally different job. Do you go on the ground to just see how Ugandans are living abroad? For example, like you said, it's only in Saudi Arabia and in Jordan that Ugandans are allowed to go as domestic workers. Do you go to the ground to just ensure that whatever policies you've put in place in Uganda are actually being reflected there, and the people who've gone to work there have conducive working environment, so to speak?
Yeah, we do. We do monitoring visits, but the recruitment companies under the association called the Uganda Association of External Recruitment Agencies also does monitoring. In fact, in the case of Saudi Arabia, they have established a monitoring office. First, vetting all the Saudi companies and also a mechanism to respond to workers under distress. But let me say this. I'm not trying to say that those who go through the formal channels are not at risk.
Yes.
But someone who falls sick and is covered by medical insurance is certainly in a better position than one who falls sick and is not covered by medical insurance.
Correct.
Especially if it is in a country where you can only access health through an insurance policy.
Yes.
Now, The advantage of going through a recruitment company is that there is someone to be held accountable. Your destination is clear.
Your destination
is known. You are taken by Odera recruitment company. You're going to Martin recruitment company in Saudi Arabia, to Jeddah.
Yes.
So there is traceability.
Okay.
You can therefore access consular services. Now, if you go through some backdoor company, destination not known,
agent not known,
agent not known, location not known,
job not known,
job not known.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you, in the case of Saudi, there are about 700 Saudi recruitment companies. But we decided to vet. Not all those that 700 expressed interest. We only cleared about 300.
Okay.
Through a rigorous process where these companies were visited by the mission.
Yes.
And therefore, we know precisely the particulars of the directors. We can locate them by Google Map. So if Odera went to Al Ahmed company in Jeddah, from my computer I know where that company is.
And you can easily track
Yes, we can trace. We know the contacts of the directors.
Yes.
And we also get the contacts of the employers. Because what we do for housemaids, because of the risk involved around them, they sign a 4-party contract. The company in Uganda signs, the employee signs, the person to employ that person in Saudi Arabia signs, then the recruitment company in Saudi signs. So, again, from our office, we know who the employers are.
Yes.
And in the case of Saudi, we have developed an online system jointly with the... We are using a system developed by the Saudi government for clearance. Nobody can be cleared to travel to Saudi Arabia without approval of the ministry.
Okay.
And then, so that system enables us, gives us the capability to see which company, where are you going, and to date I can tell you how many workers have been cleared on the system.
Yes.
And where they are.
So
and in case there is a problem, then I'll come to Odera and company here and say, you took Martin, we hear he has not been paid. So there is someone to hold accountable. But many of these fake agents, the traffickers, move under pseudonyms. Martin, all of them are either Mohammed or what, or, you know.
And have you been able to track these fake agents? What is the ministry doing to be able to nab them?
We track and we report to the police. And thereafter it becomes a matter of the police. But you know, sometimes in criminal matters, you know, you must have evidence beyond reasonable doubt. It's not on the balance of probability. So maybe the police faces challenges.
So is it a deliberate mandate by the ministry to go out there and try to nab all these fake agencies?
Jointly with the other government agencies.
Okay.
Yes. Because, and to that end, there is an anti-trafficking task force chaired by Ministry of Internal Affairs, and there is a coordinator of that task force is a commissioner of police. So often when we have this kind of information, we share. And then there are cases that have been arrested, people who are aware of cases, people have been arrested. But we are yet to see successful prosecutions.
Okay. So I've gone through all these processes. I've verified the agent who wants to place me abroad is licensed by the ministry. I have all the 4 particulars of the employment contract. I know where I'm going. I know the job that I'm going for. I have a medical insurance cover. And all these things are sorted down, laid. When I get to my destination, is it important for me to sort out for the embassy, for the Ugandan embassy in that place to register as well? Or should I just stop at the agents who gave me the job?
Now, the most ideal would be registration.
Okay.
But just imagine, you know, even if you moved from here and went to Nairobi, finding the embassy physically might not be very easy for some of these people.
Yes.
But if you have a telephone contact, you can make a phone call. If you have an email, you can send an email. But what are we trying to do to resolve all that? At the ministry, we have developed a web-based or online document processing system.
Okay.
It will have a module on licensing of companies that is already up and running. You don't need to come with your paper to apply for a license.
Okay.
Or for renewal.
Right.
New or renewal. That is done online. The other thing that we are going to do now is the clearance process.
Is the clearance process. I think before we get into that, we have a question from the ground. Andrew Chamagero has a guest who has a question for you. Andrew Chamagero, if you can hear me. Andrew Chamagero?
Yes, Mala.
Yes.
A very good morning, Mr. Wandera. There are a couple of questions from these ladies here.
nze kibuuzo kyange eri omwami ali mu studio
Mwami
Wandera agenze n'amentioninga n'agamba there are more successful stories than eziri sad. My question is nti bano ababadde successful waliyo abaali bavuddeyo ne bagamba tuyise mu kino ne kino era bw'oba oyagala obeera successful mu kukolera ebweru olina kukola kino, they are just keeping quiet. Bwe buzibu bwe tulina nga bannayuganda, so ffe abafunye that sad experience bwe tuvaayo ne twogera ate ffe tufunye that opportunity, but waliyo millions of people who can't come out and speak out. Okitegeera. Ekibuuzo ekyokubiri kye njagala okubuuza mwami Wandera kye kiri nti lwaki gavumenti yaffe tekola follow up ng'ensi endala ze tulaba. Because example ngenda kuwa ababangale, omubangale agenda okuva gy'avudde okugenda mu nsi endala, nja ku pinpointinga Middle East ng'amanyi minimum wage gy'agenda okukolera, bakola roll calling buli after 3 months ne bamanya nti twagenze mu maka we gati waliwo domestic work wansi yaffe gyali mulamu tannalwala tannafuna buzibu. Then ekirala nti waliwo problem egamba nti fenga ffe tugenda eri nga tetwagala kukola ne tudduka mu nnyumba oba ng'ofunye obuzibu tosobola kucontactinga agency yakuleeta. Naye kyemba mmanyi nti wabeerawo embassies. Bw'otuuka ku embassy tosobola competinga na muloko. Tebasobola vunaana munnansi eri gy'obeera wabula gwe abeera omusobya n'okomekereza ng'oli mu deportation camp ate nga n'ensi yo tekukoze eki tezze kufaako kozi tebakola follow up ojja beera mu detention ofiireyo.
Namole.
Mwami Wandera ali mu studio agabbe balina hotline. Hotlines ezo wabawo omwana ng'avuddewa Iganga avudde Mbale tamanyi we bakozesa smartphone n'ekisooka ekintu ekirala tutuuka mu mayumba ago n'omala 6 months nga tolina simu nga tolina nga bakuwadde emyezi egyo gye bakuwa ne bagamba gino emyezi gy'obeeranga garanti nti onookola oba tookole ki tookole. Omwana ekiseera ekyo ayita mu kaseera akazibu ennyo talina connection talina waagenda kukola ki atugambye nti balina hotline ziriwo ezo ze bataddamu.
All right, Mr. Wandela, the questions about the hotlines, what are the hotlines and what time do they operate? Then the other question is, why don't we have follow-up with regards to the laborers we have taken to these countries? And why don't we, there is something Sharon here highlighted. I'm sure you heard it because it was deep look under there.
So you can respond.
So
we have
thank
1
you
minute.
very much. First, I want to thank them.
Yes.
They have raised concerns and also proposed solutions. Now, regarding monitoring, we do monitoring, and we have kept on improving it with time.
Okay.
In the past, for example, we did not vet companies. I don't know which country they went to, and whether they went with a licensed company. Now, the other point that I want to make, I want to clarify that I did not say that there are more successful stories than unsuccessful ones. I say they are both successful.
And
yes, and that's why
yes.
even people who return want to go back. Like people who went in 2015, they have run their contracts and they want to go back. So if all were gloom, then you would not be seeing these people want to go back. Yes. Many, I agree with those, my daughters over there. Many have faced challenges. Yes. But we are doing everything as government to make sure that we make migration safe through signing of bilateral labor agreements so that we can hold joint monitoring missions. Yes. 2, vetting the recruitment companies in the recipient country. We vet the employment contract. Yes. Before any clearance is made, we ask our mission in Riyadh and say, Company X would like to recruit from here. So the vetting process is rigorous? Yeah, is rigorous. Okay. Yes, but you know, this also just started about a year ago. Yes, yes. So prior to last year, there were challenges. But so this is a business that we went in, and we have been improving. To the ship we have been building as we sail. Okay. On our missions, we meet with the government missions from the Philippines, Bangladesh to learn, because for them they have been at this for 40, 50 years. So all this is work in progress. Yeah, it's work in progress. And the mantle is upon every individual to ensure that they do their part of the bargain. Yes. To ensure that they know if that agent is verified, they go through all the processes, get the right contracts, get the right visas, and all these other things need to come into play. Thank you so much for coming in studio. I think this is a conversation that we need to get going. In case you're planning on going abroad, in case you have bad experiences, in case you know someone, let's keep this conversation going. On Take Note, we'll be having an agent who will be giving us more information on how they actually operate. And this is a big discussion that we'll be having today. Let's engage. Let's keep on engaging. We appreciate your views on the social media platforms. Thank you so much for coming on. Let me request them, if they have a problem, to come to you. Let them come to the ministry. Let them come to the ministry, regardless of the circumstances under which they went under. If they got problems, they were not paid, they were mistreated. Yes, let them come to the ministry. Okay, the ministry is where you get all the information, so be sure to get in touch with them. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation. Take Note is up next.